it's very important to have your real life in control, because if you're not balanced in real life, it's just going to translate to the charts. Every decision you make is going to be based off the decisions you make in real life. I would work on my mindset before I come into these charts.
Hello everyone and welcome back to another TFT interview. Today I have the pleasure to host Ron, who comes from Georgia. Welcome, Ron.
Hey, welcome. Thanks for having me.
My pleasure. How are you doing today?
I'm doing amazing. Can't complain. Ready to get this interview started. I've been waiting for this interview.
Oh, so amazing. So can you tell us a little bit about yourself and what got you into trading?
Right. Yes, like you said, I'm from Georgia, down south. I've been trading for about a year now the properly way. I got introduced to trading in 2020. I started with an IML. I'm pretty sure a lot of traders started with the same company. I got introduced there. I learned the basics of trading, kind of what trading was. I had a great mentor in the IML, but he really didn't understand the real aspect of trading, price action, algorithm, smart money concepts. They really wasn't teaching those type of things, and that's what I wanted to learn. So I ended up leaving 7 months after I got introduced to trading. So I had like a little down period. And in that first year, I lost $20,000. Rough time for me because that was pretty much all my life savings. I actually quit my job the moment I found out about trading because I was sold the dream that you can drive Lambos, you can live in penthouse and things like that. So I kind of fell into that trap my first year. Fast forward to 2021, that's when I really started taking trading serious. I actually ran into ICT. And from there, I was pretty much all in 7 days a week, studying all day long, not leaving my room, just, doing a lot of back testing, a lot of backlogging, getting a lot of data collecting, just really building my confidence so I could actually build my own model. And fast forward from there, and now I have my own model. It's been an amazing journey so far. And I'm really only 1 year truly in of truly learning the right way, actually following ICT, blueprint that he has set out for all of the traders on YouTube, and his content is free. So I'm very, very grateful for ICT. Totally.
That's amazing. And how long time did it take you to find your model and to become profitable?
I did 7 days a week, 2021. Literally from February 2021, I was all like literally every day. And actually, I quit my job before I was even profitable. Once I want to do something, I know I can do it. So I really quit my job 2021, and I just started studying ICT concepts literally 7 days a week. I was doing a lot of back testing, a lot of forward testing, really trying to figure out what works for me. Figure to understand is what works for someone else probably won't work for the next guy. So I actually went into inside of ICT concepts with that mindset that, hey, what he's talking about probably won't work for me, but I still can, take bits and pieces of what he's saying and put it into my own model so that it works for my personality. Because in trading, a lot of guys, they try to start strategies and they try to, copy strategies as other mentors. But honestly and truthfully, what I learned over a year is that it's best that you structure your strategy about your personality, because everyone's personality is different. Everyone feels different things. Everyone sees different things. So it's no point of trying to actually copy.
Replicate.
Yeah, replicate, I feel like you should just put your own bits and pieces inside of it. So it took me about a full year of consistent work. Like I say, it was 7 days a week, no days off. I didn't party. And I still don't do that to this day. Like on the weekends, every day I'm on the charts. And that can sometimes be, stressful because I did miss out on a lot of family time. It's a sacrifice I had to do. I lost relationships, things like that, because I was so serious, about getting profitable, actually finding my own model. And fast forward now, I actually got my own model. I'm profitable, and I'm making payouts. And so everything is going amazing right now. So it took me about a full year to answer your question.
What did you struggle with the most in the whole journey, and how did you overcome those struggles?
I have a YouTube channel called Ron Trades, and I always talk about mindset. I'm a really big believer in mindset. For me, it's not really the charts. It's not it was never really the charts. It was never really the fat value gaps, order block, things like that. It was more of the mindset. It was more of, do I believe in myself? Like I say, I'm really, really, really big on mindset. Without mindset, I feel like you really won't grow in this industry. You can have the ICT concepts. You can have the best model, but if you don't have the correct mindset, it's going to be hard for you to actually take that step and continue to keep growing, and actually get payouts and be consistent. So that really was the hardest thing for me, is just training my mindset, because where I come from is pretty much working 9-to-5 jobs. That's what I was doing. I actually was a postman. I was a mailman here in my city. So it was a big transition for me to actually go from working extended hours every single week, all day, just to come into trade and knowing that I can make my paycheck in the span of an hour, 30 minutes. So I actually had to, eliminate greed, I was very greedy at first because I thought that I could get rich quickly, that I can make a lot of money quickly, which you can, but the likelihood of doing that every single month is very, very low, especially for me because I'm only 1 year in and I'm still pretty much fresh to all of this. So to answer your question, yes, the biggest thing for me was mindset. Was training my mind to actually believe that I can be a day trader, believe that I can actually, read the markets and change my life with this skill set. So that was the biggest thing.
And how did you work on your mindset?
It was a lot of trial and error. And I tell this to my guys. I have a Telegram chat also. And I also, I try to stress to everyone that it's a big process trying to, go from a 9 to 5 to actually trying to be a full-time day trader, which I am now. Trying to picture my mind around everything was kind of the hardest thing for me. Like I say now, once I lose setups, I don't really let them get to me because I understand that it's just a business expense and I'm just paying my tuition. That's how I look at every single loss. So I don't let losses phase me. I don't let losing streaks phase me. And that all came from trial and error. Like I say, in 2021, I lost a lot. I was losing back to back. I lost so many funded challenges because I was trying too hard. I was trying to do it too fast without really understanding what's going on. So I'm also a big believer on journaling. And that's just going to answer your question. I have a list of journals of things that I do wrong. So I always list, okay, is my mindset wrong? Or am I greedy? Or am I in impulsive trading? I always go through and I dissect after each session, what did I do wrong? And that right there alone helped me change my mindset because it's very, very hard to attack a situation when you have no idea what it is anyway. So that's a lot of things traders struggle with. They don't know which psychology to attack. Could it be greed? Could it be impulsive trading? Are you over trading? A lot of traders don't understand that. I'm starting to understand more about myself, when I do things wrong, when it's possibly to occur. Just like I say, just trial and error, a lot of trial and error. I feel like a lot of traders go through the same thing. Trial and error really, really, really will help you fix your own mindset if you learn from your mistakes.
When you mentioned the journal, do you journal your psychology before and after a trade?
Every day I wake up in the morning, I always ask myself, what mindset am I in? Am I in the right mindset to trade? Am I greedy? Did I wake up in the right mood? Did I wake up on the wrong side of the bed? Did I have a bad night before trading? If I answer yes to all of those questions, I don't come to my charts. And that's a big thing a lot of traders cannot do. They come to the charts mad. They have a bad night with their, partner or something like that, family problems, and they bring that emotion. They try to mesh the emotions together, and that never works because all thing you're going to do is find yourself in random setups. You're forcing setups because your psychology and your subconscious is telling you that you need to be in the market. What in reality, you're not in the right mindset to be in the markets. Like I said before, it's always mindset over charts. If I'm not in the right mindsets, I do not open my laptop. I don't care how good this setup looks. If I'm not in the right mindset, I will not press the button because I understand that professional traders, they trade in the correct state of mind. They're not trading off impulse. They're not trading off, greedy, fear, things like that. Those are not in the conversation. So whenever I find myself in a bad mindset, I do not come to my charts at all.
Do you decide your trade management before you enter the trade?
All of my trades are pretty much fixed. Me personally, I'm an aggressive trader because I'm very, very, very patient and I know exactly what I'm looking for. I'm never guessing. I'm never in random setups. I'm never just taking setups and hoping and praying that it goes my way. I know exactly what I'm looking for the moment I get into my chart. So I feel comfortable right now in my journey risking 1.5% or sometimes even 2%. And another thing with that, I never let my trades hit stop loss because I know my model so well. I know when my model is going to lose. If I take an entry and I start seeing myself going in massive drawdown, I'm just going to kill the setup and stop it short. A lot of traders can't do that. They let their trades hit stop loss, but in reverse, once we're in profit, they cut their trades too early and don't let, their trades hit take profit. And you will never really grow if you continue to keep doing those type of things. Those are very small mistakes that hold a lot of traders back. And I've learned that from just watching other traders, talking to traders that have failed. And they always tell me, cut your losses short and let your winners run. That's the only way you really can, grow in this industry. So I'm pretty much just risking like 1%, to answer your question. 1%, once I get a buffer in my account, especially for TFT, once I get a buffer in my account, 2 to 3%, that's when I'm going to start risking 1.5% or 2%. I never risk more than 2%. But it's also good to know my trades. I never let my trades hit stop loss. So if I risk 2%, I'm not going to let it go all the way to 2%. I'm probably going to cut it at 1.5% or even like 0.5%. Trading is all about what works for you. A lot of traders try to be like traders, place big lot sizes and things. It's very, very, very important to understand. Your emotions will talk to you. I see a lot of traders, they place trades and the emotions literally start to creep in. The reason that is because the lot size is too big. If you place a big lot size, you're automatically going to be attached to the outcome of that setup. If you was to place a very small lot size, you really would not care about the outcome because it's a very small lot size. So lot sizes plays with your emotions and psychology. So it's very important to risk what your emotions allow you to, and so you can actually grow.
Have you read any psychology books, maybe listening to podcasts?
Every morning I listen to like motivation videos. It's not more of just like trading psychology for me. It's more of like real life psychology, because I feel like if you don't have a great mindset in real life, it's very, very, very hard to translate that into trading. I feel like if your personal life is not in order, if you don't have the things in your personal life in check, you really need to, because if you try to if you have a bad, horrible real life and you try to come to the chart and, just mesh that together with trading, you're going to find yourself in a continuous circle. So I'm really, really, really big on having my stuff in order in real life. And believe it or not, it's really not trading psychology. It's like I say, it's more real life psychology. If I have my real life in check, everything in order, I'm confident in real life, it's very, very, very easy for me to come to the charts and just be automatically confident without reading any books.
Do you have a routine before trading?
I have to have a routine for each and every day. So for Monday through Friday, I'm pretty much waking up around 5:45. I'm hitting the gym every single morning. I do trade London session on Tuesdays and Fridays. So Tuesdays and Friday, I'm trading London session 2 a.m. to 5 a.m. If I don't get it set up then, I will go to New York session from 8:30 to 11. But on all the regular days, I'm pretty much, first thing I do is wake up and I start praying and I go to the gym, come back to my charts for New York session. I'm a big believer in New York. I really, really, really love New York session a lot. I love London too, but New York session is just, it really, really, really fits my personality. I come to my charts around New York session around like 8:30 to 11 a.m. And after that, after my trading session, I'm pretty much journaling, seeing what I did wrong, seeing what I did right, seeing what I could have did better the next day. And I just really just translate that the next day, come back the next day and do the exact same thing. So I'm really, really, really big on routine. I feel like if you don't have a strict routine, if you don't know exactly what you're waking up for to do in the morning, it's going to be pretty much just all over the place. You're not organized. Professional traders are organized. Professional business people, they're organized. They know exactly what they're doing when they're waking up. They're not guessing. They're not just laying in bed when their alarm clock goes out there.
Would you like to share your screen and show us how you analyze the charts and maybe an example of a trade?
I like to come to my charts and look for 3 to 4 things, and I'm pretty much taking my setups there. So we can just go over my model here, which I have my model written down right here on a notepad. I always have this notepad right here, so I know exactly what I'm looking for. So I'm never guessing. I'm never in random setups. I'm never hoping. First thing I'm doing is I want to identify my bias. This is an example from last week. This setup was taken on Monday, April 17th on Euro Dollar. I do trade Euro USD and GU. Those are pretty much my go-to pairs. That's why I feel like it fits my personality a lot. It's not too fast. It's not too slow like the indices are. I don't trade indices because it can be volatile sometimes. And sometimes I find myself chasing price when I trade indices. So that's why I told myself that I'm just going to trade the Forex market because it fits my personality. First thing I do is I always establish a bias. I don't necessarily need a bias, but if I can determine a daily bias, then that's just going to be an extra cream on the cake. So on this day here, I pretty much came into this day with a bearish mindset. So whenever I'm trading, I like to see London session create the high or the low of the day. I'm really, really, really big on that. If I can get London session to create the high or the low of the day, I know that New York session is going to be very, very, very high probability. And this was London session, Euro Dollar, Monday, April 17th. The first thing I do, like I told you, I look for a daily bias. I already established my daily bias the day before. That's why I say it's very important to plan before you come to the charts. The moment I came to my charts, I knew exactly what direction I was looking for the market to go. So I didn't have to guess. I didn't have to predict. I didn't have to, anticipate. I knew exactly what I was looking for. So I was bearish. London session, we ran liquidity. I'm a big believer in liquidity. I must see liquidity ran before I take any setups. If liquidity is not taken on buy side or sell side, I'm not going to take a setup. It's not going to be an A+ setup. So right here, we had buy side liquidity purge here at 3:30. So yes, we had buy side liquidity ran here at 3:30. Keep in mind, my narrative is already bearish. So this is really fitting my plan. We ran liquidity here. Buy side liquidity got taken out. We took out Friday's Asian high. Ran Friday's Asian high. After that, we come down. We had a market structure shift. And this is why I told you the ICT mentorship 12 video. That video really formed my entire model. So We had buy side liquidity purge. After buy side liquidity is purged, I must wait for a clear market structure shift. We had a market structure shift right here, calls at 4:30 during London session. We had a short-term low or a immediate-term low get broken. Once that is broken, that's gonna literally change my bias to exactly what I'm looking for, which is bearish. So we had, once again, we had liquidity ran, buy side liquidity purge. We had a clear market structure shift, price return back up. So after that, that's pretty much what I'm looking for. Liquidity, market structure shift, a narrative, and the next thing is just going to be my entry drill. Entry drill is simply fair value gaps, order blocks, OTE, supply and demand, breaker blocks, rejection blocks, anything in that area. That's going to be called my entry drill. So we had price create a market structure shift here. The moment I came to my charts, we was already inside of my POI. So I took my entry here off this fair value gap that we created on a 15-minute time frame, and my stop loss went above here. So this is how the setup went. And this was one of the only setups that I took. Usually for me, my stop losses are about 10 to 15 pips. But like I say, I never let my trade hit stop loss. So even if I have like a 20 pip stop, I'm not going to let it hit 20 pips anyway. So it doesn't really matter what my stop is because I'm always going to cut my losses short, right? So like I say, let's go over this setup one more time. So once again, we had liquidity grab, we had buy side liquidity activated. We had a clear market structure shift, taking out this immediate term low. I don't want to see this taken out if I'm bullish. We took this out, so it's going to go in and confirm my bias is correct for bearish. We wait and we sit on our hands until price comes back up inside of a 15-minute fair value gap, a 5-minute fair value gap. As you can see, price came up exactly inside of this fair value gap here of the 15-minute time frame. And I took entries here. I actually had a sell limit resting here, stop loss above here. Now for my targets, like I say, for me, I'm pretty much aiming for a 1 to 3, 1 to 2, or 1 to 4. Off this setup here, I only booked a 1 to 3. I did not capture this whole move. I only captured about 30 pips off this, and that was more than enough for me. I'm very, very, very big on planning the day before. I already know my bias before I come to my charts. I'm never coming to my charts and I'm guessing, anticipating. So I know exactly what I'm looking for, which is liquidity being grabbed, a clear market structure shift, and price coming back to a fair value gap, order block, OTE, supply and demand, whatever you want to call it. And I look for this every single day. And I don't trade every day. I trade 1 to 2 times a week. I'm looking for only 1 to 2 high probability setups, and that's it. I don't trade every day, and I don't believe in trading every single day of the week.
And do you always look for displacement?
Always. If I don't see displacement, I'm never entering because for me, it gives me a extra boost of confidence. It's like I say, I'm really, really, really big on everything adding up when I'm trading. If I see one thing on my model and it doesn't show, I'm not going to take it because it's not an A+ setup. And that's very, very, very important to understand because a lot of traders, they break their rules because their subconscious mind is telling them that it's an A+ setup when it's not a A+ setup. Because sometimes we come to our charts and we just want to trade. We don't care if it's a high probability day. We don't care if the market is choppy. We just want to trade. But like I always tell people, it's not about trading every day. It's not about taking setups every single day. It's not about always being in the market. It's very, very, very important to understand that when your model shows, it's time to act. I tell my community this all the time. When the model shows, I don't have to think, I don't have to guess, I don't have to do anything. I just simply act because I'll back test it, I'll forward test it. I got data that tells me when my model shows, it's very high probability that it's going to win. Will it win every time? No, and I don't expect my model to win every time because no trader wins every single setup. We all experience loss. I'm very, very, very confident in my model, and I don't let anything stray me away from that. No loss can stray me away from losing the confidence in my model.
Amazing. And do you use the 15-minute to execute or you drop even lower?
That's a great question. So pretty much, I'm using the 1 hour time frame to get like my POI zones and my liquidity zones. So once again, I'm using 1 hour time frame to get liquidity zones, nice POI zones to enter off of. I like to use the 15-minute for clear displacement. Once I see that displacement very, very, very clear on that 15-minute, that's when I can come to my 5-minute time frame. I go to my 5-minute and I start looking for entries on the 5-minute time frame. Let me go back here. And I don't do anything lower than the 5-minute time frame because I felt like in the past when I was going to the lower time frames, like 1 minute, I felt myself getting faked out so much. I started chasing price on a 1-minute time frame. So I said to myself, we're just going to, now for my model, I simply wait for a 15-minute clear displacement. After that 15-minute displacement, I want to see price come back inside of the POI, which is the 15-minute fair value gap. And then that's when I go to my 5-minute for my entries.
Actually, I had the similar issue with the lower time frame, and I decided, no, I'm not touching 1 minute anymore.
Yeah, right. I feel like the lower time frames can fake you out a lot. The lower time frames give you false hope. That's why I just stay away from it, and I just simply wait for the 15-minute clear market structure shift. It has to be clear. It has to be with displacement. And then after I see that, I simply wait and I mark on my POI zone and I wait for a 5-minute entry.
And when it comes to the daily bias, are you looking at the weekly and the daily chart, or how do you determine?
So like I say, I'm very, very, very big on planning before the week even comes in. So matter of fact, after I get off of this interview, I'm going to do my weekly analysis. Pretty much for me, I'm always using the weekly time frame on the weekends, like Friday and Saturday after the market close. I always go through and I always ask myself, what is this weekly chart picturing, or what is this weekly chart drawing to for next week? So that's always how I get my weekly bias. Now, when it comes to daily bias, obviously, the daily bias kind of changes daily. Sometimes we're selling, sometimes we're buying. But I'm very, very, very confident in knowing what a draw on liquidity is. That's why I use the daily time frame for draw on liquidities, equal lows, previous day lows, previous day highs. And I always use those three for like my draw on liquidity so I can get a nice daily bias. But it's very important to understand too, you do not need a daily bias to be profitable. You do not need a daily bias to make money in trading. You can simply wait for a nice session, which is New York session, and you can simply just trade strictly price action. But when you're not trading with a daily bias, it requires you to sit on your hands waiting more because you really don't know what you're looking for, but you're pretty much waiting for a clear move. So you actually have to be way more patient as if you knew exactly what you was looking for when it comes to daily bias. But like I say, a daily bias for me is not required, but when I do have a daily bias, that's just extra cream on the cake for my setup.
As I can see, you will definitely keep the things as simple as possible. Do you have like other activities apart from trading?
I'm from down south, so I like to fish a lot. I've been fishing for a very long time. When I'm not trading, I'm pretty much either at the gun range, shoot guns, things like that, or I'm either fishing or playing basketball, things like that. And I also like to travel a lot. Also, I'm now starting to more travel. I am planning on going to a lot of different countries this year. So I'm trying to just add more stuff because actually it's a great question you asked that because sometimes I find myself not doing anything. I'll just trade and not do anything for the rest of the day. Just pretty much be waiting for the next trading day. So yeah, I just been trying to pick up new hobbies, fishing, gun range, shooting guns, traveling, things like that. So I'm still pretty much working on that. So I can't give you a legit answer, but fishing and basketball is one of my biggest hobbies. That's pretty much what I'm doing if I'm not actually on the charts or just playing video games.
Nice. I mean, it's important to have other activities because if you only focus on trading, you're going to end up like taking trades out of boredom and not knowing like what to do. Okay, let me.
Yep, that's exactly what I went through last year. Like I say, 2021, I just found myself, I was literally in my room all day long last year. I just used to trade, wait for a new session, and that's all I used to do, just sit here and wait. So you're totally right. Having something to do, and this is great advice for other traders. Definitely have something to do after you trade. Don't just sit on the charts. And if you lose a setup, just get off and go enjoy life. Go get nature, walk around, go to the gym. Do something, enjoy your family, because life is very short and we never know when we're gone. So it's very, very, very important to, understand that it's more than just trading. It's way bigger than trading. It's also good to enjoy your life because we only got one life, so it's very important.
Do you think that it's important to have another source of income except from trading?
Oh, yes, totally 100%. Like I say, I pretty much still work at my job now. But I only work like one day. That's because I actually have a lot of savings up. So I actually was working a lot just to get savings, have emergency funds up. So I got a lot of savings saved up to a point where I don't have to worry about bills for the next couple of years because I actually, save my money and things like that. So I would tell any trader, especially when you're first starting off, because everyone loves to throw this full-time word around, but in reality, it's a lot of full-time day traders that are not really making a lot of money. They're just, not working. So you can consider yourself as a full-time day trader if you don't have a job. But I would tell people this, definitely keep your job. If your job is, taking away like the hours you trade, if you can't trade New York session, London session, get a new job. That's what I did. I actually quit one of my jobs because I couldn't trade a New York session. And like I told you, I'm very, very, very confident in my ability to, make money in these markets. So I actually made a sacrifice, quitting my job, getting a new job that I had better hours that worked around my trading schedule. So I would definitely tell traders, like, if you have a job, don't let that discourage you. I still have a job. I work on Sundays only, but I can literally work. I can go to work when I feel like it. So that's the beauty of my situation. I pretty much can go to work whenever I feel like it, but I only tend to go for one day because trading is working out so good for me. But I would tell traders, definitely keep your job. Definitely have emergency savings. Have savings up, because what traders tend to do when we're trading to pay bills and when we're trading to make money quickly, that messes up our psychology. It forces us to get in setups that's not even clear. But we're forced to get in these setups to pay our bills, to pay our car insurance, to pay our phone bills, things like that. And trading is not for that. Trading is meant to be a relaxed mindset. You're in a stable mindset. You understand that whatever goes wrong, if I do lose this setup, it won't be the end of my life. It won't be the end of my trading career. A lot of traders are trading and they're pretty much putting a lot of expectations on one trade. And it should not be like that. It always should be a series of trades. I never really put a significance on one setup. If I lose one setup, it's not the end of the day. I will not let this setup ruin my trading career. I will not let this setup ruin my day. So it's very important to have a job. It's very important to have emergency savings. As traders, we know when it's time to leave our job. Like I say, everyone's situation is different. My cost of income is low, and I like it like that. I'm now making a sacrifice to have a low cost of income. So my bills are not a lot at the end of the month. And I made it that way because I made a sacrifice, giving up stuff, selling my car, things like that. So I won't have to be forced to go to work. A lot of traders can't do that because they have, kids, things like that, way more stuff to do. But it's all about sacrifices. If you don't make sacrifices, you won't see a lot of gain in trading. That's pretty much it. You have to make sacrifices.
What advice would you give to new traders that are just getting started?
The first thing I would do, if I can go back and do anything different, I would work on my mindset before I come into these charts. Like I say, obviously learn the skill, obviously learn the edge. And when it comes to learning the edge, please, guys, keep it simple. Do not try to be like other traders. Do not try to add 10 confluences. Don't try to, watch every single ICT video. Even if you're not learning for ICT, don't try to watch every single video or get so much information, because there is a such thing as information overload. Sometimes the more you know in these markets, it can hurt you, because you come to your charts and you're looking for 10 things, and by the time you know it, you're not even taking entries. You're never, pressing the blue or the red button because you're looking for so many things. And that leads us to analysis paralysis. That's what I call it. We're sometimes just staring at charts, marking up fair value gaps and order blocks. We're never, taking action. We're never executing. And that comes from information overload. That's why I say, for me, I only watch 5 ICT videos. And out of those 5 ICT videos, I form my own model, something that works for me, that delivers at least 2 or 3 times a week. So advice to, new traders, please simplify your trading. The more you simplify your trading, the quicker you can become profitable. The reason most traders are not profitable and they're not getting payouts and they're not seeing any success in trading, because they're looking for so much. They're overcomplicating so much in their journey. So like I say, if I can do anything different, I would really go back and simplify from the jump. I would simplify my trading, and I would work on my mindset. Understand, guys, if you do not have a right mindset, it's going to be hard to grow in this industry. You can have the best teacher, which is ICT in my eyes. You can have the best ICT concepts. You can have the best, strategy. But if your mindset is not on that level, you will not see success. It's going to be very, very hard for you to take that next leap, because your mindset, your subconscious mind, is not letting you grow into the trader that you know you are. So it's very important to, fix your mindset. It's very important to have your real life in control. Make sure you have your real life balance, because if you're not balanced in real life, it's just going to translate to the charts. Every decision you make is going to be based off the decisions you make in real life. So if you make bad decisions in real life, don't expect to make good decisions in trading. It's pretty much simple. So to answer your question, I would definitely tell traders, simplify your journey. Make sure you're simplifying. Don't try to be like these other traders. Stay in your lane. Focus on your own journey. Simplify everything. Make it easy for you. It's not about what's easy for someone else. It's about what works for me, what fits my personality. And last but not least, please work on your mindset. If you don't have a good mindset, if you're not confident in real life, if you don't actually believe you can be a good trader, you simply will not be a good trader.
And realize ourselves as well, like keeping things simple, less is more. and mindset. Like, and I see like every single day I'm getting so many questions from people. How does your model look like? What time frame do you use to execute trades? What this and that? Don't ask me that. You don't need it.
I tell my community this and my YouTube channel this all the time. It's not about the strategy, guys. Pretty much, if you look at it, if you think about it, we all are using the same strategy. Most people are using smart money concepts, liquidity, market structure shift, order blocks, white off. We're all using the same thing, but only 1% of traders are getting payouts. Why is that? It's the mindset. Everyone's using the same thing, but everyone does not have the same mindset. Everyone does not think the same where they're in trades. So it's, like I say, it's very important to have that mindset. You can have the best strategy, you can have the best teacher, but if your mindset is not on that level, it's going to be hard for you to actually step into that space and actually make real money, get real payouts, and do it actually consistently.
You mentioned that you have a YouTube channel, and you said that you're talking about mindset there as well. Do you also have like videos about technical analysis and strategy?
Yes, I do. My YouTube channel is called Ron Trades. It's not a channel to teach you. It's more of a channel where I share my journey. That's pretty much like my personal journey, and my personal journal. So I pretty much just place my trades that I take. I do explain what I'm looking for. I explain the reason I'm in. And the thing about me, I post my losses too. So I'm not just posting wins. I'm not just posting the good side. I'm always posting when I fail challenges. I'm posting when I lose trades, because that's the reality of it. No one wins every setup. No one is perfect. We all struggle. And it's it's very important to understand this too. For the guys that's doing YouTube, it's important to understand that if you only post wins, you're only hurting the people that's watching your videos, because they're now thinking, oh, he's winning every setup. I can win every setup. It doesn't go like that. We all win and lose. It's always going to be ups and downs in trading. It's all about what we're sharing. I always, I'm always big on being transparent with my community. So I always show my losses and I always share my wins.
That was my purpose as well, to show people that nothing is perfect. Perfection does not exist. Because like social media is overloaded with perfection and fake stuff. It has hurt all of us. Like all of us have jumped into this industry with wrong expectations and wrong mindset, just because of the social media and everything we see there.
You're totally right. Social media, and just for me and off, social media is totally distracting. And I tell my community this all the time. If you're not profitable yet, if you're not seeing consistent payouts, if you're not seeing the success you would like, please delete social media and focus on yourself. Don't worry about what he's doing. Don't worry about what she's doing. Only focus on yourself. Stop looking at other traders. Get off social media, get off Instagram, get off Twitter, and only focus on you, because the only person that can change your trading is you. No one can do it for you. ICT cannot change your trading. It starts with you. If you don't do it, it will not happen. So it's very, very important to eliminate distractions. And Instagram and Twitter, if you're not profitable, if you're not seeing success, that can be the worst place to be on, because you're always seeing people win and you're losing. So you're starting to second guess yourself, lose confidence in yourself, and it should not be like that. Get off social media until you're profitable.
It unconsciously triggers all the emotions that are going to make you do all the stupid mistakes in the charts. How did you find TFT, and how is your experience with us?
Oh, I got introduced to TFT. I was like I said, I was just scrolling on Instagram like a couple months ago, and I seen the funded trader, and I seen you guys had a nice promo. I think I failed 2 TFT challenges before I actually passed these 200K. I'm going through Instagram, things like that, and I see you guys had a nice promo. You guys are becoming number one in my eyes, slowly and slowly, just because of the customer service, nice payouts, very fast payouts, and the Discord is very, very, very nice to connect with traders. So yeah, I found you guys about a month ago. Failed 2 challenges. My first 2 challenges with you guys. Then fast forward now, I passed 2 200K challenges, got a payout on 1. I got another payout on the way the next couple of weeks. So yeah, it's going amazing right now.
That's perfect. And I'm happy to hear that you have a great experience. What are your goals with trading and in general in life? Like, where do you see yourself in like 5-10 years?
5-10 years, I see myself as a business owner. Like I say, trading is not the only thing that I'm going to do. Trading is a gateway to get me into other businesses. I am going to be a trucking owner. I will own a lot of trucking companies where I stay. Just pretty much being a business owner, family guy, and just really just enjoying life. I don't really have a lot of goals for trading, because I find for myself when I set personal goals for trading, I find myself pushing it too much or trying to get it quick. So what I do now, like I said, and this is the power of being funded. When you're funded, you don't have to rush anything. You can simply take nice quality setups, not forcing anything, not having a specific number. I don't believe in having a specific number I'm trying to reach every single month, because like I say, we lose and we win. So it's not, it's not a guarantee. So I'm not really big on having personal goals for trading, but when it comes to real life, yeah, definitely in 5 years, I'm going to be a nice business owner, family guy. I'm going to be independent. I want to be financially free. I want to have my freedom. I want to be able to do anything when I feel like it, travel when I feel like it, go here when I feel like it. So that's really my goal. I don't really have a lot of like money goals and financial goals. I'm just really big personal on just having my freedom, having free time to do things that I love, because like I told you, we only get one life, and you really never know when it's gone. So the money comes and goes. But time, family, and having fun, those are always good memories to have. So just being a family guy and a business owner is totally what I want to be in 5 years. That's what I'm going to be.
Any last words that you would like to share with us? You shared already so many things, so many valuable things.
Mindset is very important. Like I say, I'm only 1 year into my trading, and I can tell you now, it's not the technicals, it's not the fair value gaps, it's not the order block. That's what I would tell anyone. Just really have the right mindset.
Thank you so much for sharing your experience with us and giving so many advices. I believe that everyone is going to find this interview very valuable. I wish you best of luck with trading and with all your other goals. And I hope to have a follow-up interview in the near future and check how you're doing.
Once it will see me on here again, I definitely will be on here again. Thank you for the interview.
That's all from today's interview. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and show us some love in the comments down below. Trade safe, and until next time.